Hey there, friend. My name's Hunter, and today I want to talk about PlayStation ending the sale of physical copies of their games. I'm going to talk about PlayStation doing this. I'm going to be talking about GTA 6. They're only going to be releasing a box with a code for a digital copy of the game. And then at the end, we're going to take a look at Gamefly's pretty epic response to all this. Yes, Gamefly is still around. I'm going to be reading this article from The Verge. Link is in the description if you're interested. But they said Sony has announced that from January 2028, it will entirely stop the production of physical discs for new PlayStation games. From that point onwards, new releases will only be available in digital versions from the PlayStation Store and other retailers. And then Sony says this is a natural direction to adapt to consumer trends as the general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs. So me personally, I can't argue with that too much for my buying habits when it comes to games. I haven't bought a PlayStation game in particular in a while, but I've been on PC and I get like 99% of my games through Steam. All digital, of course. I used to play a lot of PlayStation games before I got a PC. I kind of stopped because having to pay a subscription to play online multiplayer on a lot of games sucked. And also I just really wanted to be able to like check out all these funny mods I saw for like GTA and stuff that you could only really get through PC gaming. But even when I was still gaming a lot on PlayStation, toward the end there, I was starting to buy a lot of my games through the PlayStation Store. It was only if it was like a big important game that I would actually go out of my way to go to the store and get the physical disc. Grand Theft Auto is a great example. I have no idea what prompted them to go and do digital code only for Grand Theft freaking Auto. And they have the nerve to go and put out a collector's edition with it. Like, as far as I'm aware, you don't even get a disc with the collector's edition. Like, maybe I could understand if it were from smaller independent studios who, don't have a big budget in the first place. But these big AAA games going into the trend of cost cutting just to please investors and all that, I'm not on board with that. Okay, I just saw this. So Microsoft is developing an in-house disc-to-digital feature that lets users insert a physical disc into their console to gain a digital entitlement. What does that mean? Once digitized, you can play the game without the disc, though the entitlement transfers if you sell or trade the physical disc. Inserting the disc grants a digital license that functions identically to purchasing the game from the official store. Supported titles can be played on digital-only consoles like the Xbox Series S and are accessible via Xbox Cloud Gaming if available on Game Pass. The digital license is tied to the physical disc. If you trade, sell, or loan your discs to a friend, the digital entitlement transfers to the new person holding the disc. I'll be honest, that's kind of confusing to me. Xbox is like the only major modern console I've never really owned. Like no Xbox 360, no Xbox. Growing up, we always had Nintendo products at the start, then we discovered the wonders of the PS2 and the PS3 and so on, kind of shifted more toward PlayStation until I got on the PC train and haven't looked back. But as promised, here's Gamefly's response to all this. So they say, "We are disappointed in the news today about the future of PlayStation video games. Gamefly is run by people who believe physical products still matter. It is a belief that has been at the core of our company since day one. We are collectors and gamers and cinephiles just like you. We believe in the power of physical entertainment media. It's why we are committed to renting physical media, be it games or movies, until they pry the discs from our soft, moisturized hands. We also believe in good skincare. As long as games are on discs, Gamefly will be here for gamers who know the value of choice. If you're one of those gamers, we'd be remiss if we didn't point out that you can restart your membership for just $2.50. And then it's got like a fine print and all that. But that's pretty cool. Like, pretty cool that they said that. And also, again, pretty cool that Gamefly is still around. I've never used Gamefly, but now I kind of want to. I'm probably not going to, but like, good on them. And like, I think it does say something when I was searching for this post, I went to Reddit and I searched up Gamefly, and just there's several posts asking, is Gamefly even still around? Or I can't believe Gamefly is still around. And like, it does make me wonder. Like, I still say it's a bad look on these corporations getting rid of the physical media and going to codes only. But like, is it true that most people are buying digitally now? All right, I got the Google AI overview thing here. So it says digital game sales account for 80 to 90% of all software purchases. However, when looking purely at major single-player AAA blockbuster games such as action-adventure or story-driven releases, physical media still holds a stronger, more resilient market share, often making up 40 to 55% of those specific launch sales. Yeah, it kind of goes back to the GTA thing and Red Dead Redemption. All the big games like that, honestly, should just stay with the option of physical media. And then we've got an industry split here. So PlayStation and Xbox digital downloads account for roughly 80 to 85% of all game sales. Only 15 to 20% of players opt for physical discs on these platforms. Nintendo Switch, it says this platform holds the highest remaining percentage of physical software due to its demographic, handheld nature, and collectability. Even here, digital sales have steadily gained the majority. Yeah, that reminds me of another thing with, like, especially Nintendo products. I meant to say it, I forgot about it earlier, but physical media, obviously, you have the option of buying pre-owned. That's important for Nintendo, even though, like, even a pre-owned Nintendo game, a first-party title, is usually only like $5 off just buying a new copy. Like, I waited a while for Mario Kart 8 to go on sale so I could play it with my son. I finally had to just cave and pay pretty close to full price for it, even though it's been out for years now. Same thing for Let's Go Eevee. I got that one so my son and I could play together, and I think it was only maybe $10 off original price. But other games, like the third-party titles and PlayStation and Xbox games, you can usually count on those to be a little cheaper if you go the physical route. And then it finishes out and says the PC market is virtually 100% digital, dominated by storefronts like Steam. Yeah, no surprise there. All right, so I just asked specifically for like GTA and RDR2 numbers. So it says those numbers do shift over time, and I totally get that. Like, I remember back when GTA 5 first dropped, like, I have to have a physical copy. And fast forward to today, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just go and get the digital one. It's easy and convenient. Granted, I got the PC version, so I didn't really have much of a choice, but still, you get what I'm saying. But it says GTA 5, the decade-long shift. So the launch, 2013, when GTA 5 originally launched on PS3 and Xbox 360, digital storefronts were in their infancy. Physical disc accounted for roughly 75% of sales. The current reality, 2026, with over 230 million copies sold, GTA 5 is fully inverted because the game is kept alive by GTA Online, which heavily relies on digital currency expansions and ecosystem upgrades. Ongoing lifetime sales are estimated to be over 85% digital. That makes sense to me. All right, Red Dead Redemption 2 now, the launch, 2018. RDR2 hit right during the industry's tipping point. During its massive opening week, physical discs were incredibly popular due to the 2 discs physical package and map inserts. Physical retail accounted for roughly 65 to 70% of early console sales. And then it goes on to the lifetime split. As the game scaled past 79 million copies sold, digital sales naturally caught up through the years of deep PlayStation Network, Xbox, and Steam sales. The final estimated lifetime split for RDR2 rests at roughly 60% digital to 40% physical. Again, that kind of makes sense to me, you know, when the game first dropped versus when it's been out for coming up on almost 10 years now. All right, I think that pretty well covers everything. Let me know your thoughts on the PlayStation cutting out the physical media and stuff like that. What do you think of GTA 6 being digital only? And did you know GameFly was still around? Look forward to hearing from you, buddy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.